Today we will have Q&A about the process and the work product in the crystal clear. Let me start. Since we are discussed the crystal clear, so I would like to ask, what is the sequence of the crystal process flow?
Actually, crystal process flow, you can put it in a very so-called sequence, and actually it represent a few segments of the categories, which top to bottom is project, delivery, iteration, day, integration, and episode. You can say that within the project cycle, there are a lot of delivery cycle, and within one delivery cycle, there are a lot of iteration cycle. So that's the other.
Okay, thank you. So since the crystal process flow got so many types, how many parts consist in the project cycle?
Okay, actually there are three parts for the project cycle, which is the catering of activity. Second one is the series of delivery cycles, which can have two or more, and the third one is the completion of ritual.
Okay, thank you. So as prettily as I know, 360 is one part of the catering activity. So why is so important?
Exploratory 360 actually result in a set adjustment to the project setup, or in the most drastic case, a decision by the executive sponsor to cancel the project, which exploratory is the so-called decision-making step for the sponsor to decide whether to cancel the project or to continue to execute.
Okay, thank you. So there are four parts in the delivery cycle. One of the part is recalibrating the release plan. So I would like to ask, what is the executive sponsor option if their project is taking already too long?
Okay, very simple. If the executive sponsor think the project is too long, they may have just to change the team, or to adjust the project scope and the time, or the time boundary to fit in more correctly. And another way to do is to come up with a more creative strategy for them to work on.
Okay, thank you. So from my understanding, the iteration cycle is so important in the crystal process flow. So how many types?
Oh, okay. Actually, there are two types of iteration cycle in Crystal Clear, which is 1 week iteration and 2 month iteration. For 1 week iteration, we do not need to spend too much time estimating the analyzing dependency. And for the 2 month iteration, it's very useful to hold a mid iteration reflection workshops.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so come to chapter 5. I will ask you the first question, which please clarify what is the 8 main roles for the Crystal Clear.
So it divided to two parts. The first main role, they are executive sponsor, lead designer, programmers, and accelerator users. So the second part is the combination part. There is business expert, coordinator, tester, and writer. They may be filled by the person in the main role.
Okay, thank you. And for the second question I want to ask is, what are the documentation needed to prepare by a designer, programmer, and how would they decide how to which one should be prepared?
Okay, for example, the screen draft, system architecture, source code, common domain model, design schedule, and the node. It all actually all depends on the designer programmer on which document to be used. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And for the next one I need to ask is, what are the function of role models in ambassador user?
So the key word is to prioritize the work when writing users cases and help make specific decisions and in testing. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is, what does the information indicate in the requirement file by the business expert?
So the four key main word is what, who, how, and what. What to build, what, who we use, how to eat, and what manual function. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And the last question I need to ask is, the work product are produced at different time and maintained in different ways by coordinator. So can you please list down what is the example of the work products?
So the example are project map, release plan, project status, release iteration plan with status, and the last one, viewing schedule. Okay.
Okay, thank you. And that's all from us. Very brief Q&A section for you to understand about chapter 4 and chapter 5. Hope you guys enjoy.